Hello and happy, beautiful Thursday to you. May your moments today be filled with peace, ease, and well-being for your different kind of happy. You guessed it, I'm in my car, so it's that kind of day. But I'm so excited to share with you the mindfulness moment for today. Last night, we experienced a wonderful yoga class at the studio, and I shared with the class an opportunity to show up to being the kind of person we each have the possibility of being. My life's work has been helping myself and helping others to become their best, not necessarily to become someone else's best, but to really go inside and find our own inner voice and cultivating the healing and the courage needed to share that voice into the world. And so this was what I offered in class last night. So before I go any further, I want to give a disclaimer that these are very general categories that I'm offering, and I am not offering them in the sense of judging anybody as being good or bad. They're just used as examples for us to have some understanding and to learn from. So that's my disclaimer. In general, there are three types of people that we can categorize into. The first type is the person who really doesn't want to show up to life, to people, to things, to events. There's so much hardship, heartaches, suffering that they just want to hide out and not show up. And for most of us, we don't fall into that category because we're showing up and we're handling details and taking care of our lives the best that we know how. The second type of person is the one who shows up but is not very present, not very engaged, not very interested, just waiting for the time to pass because the better is somewhere in the future and it's not here. The example that I shared is the idea of a cook. Again, my disclaimer comes in. A cook, for example, could be the guy or the girl who works at, let's say, Waffle House and is making pancakes or waffles, but is really not all that interested in what she or he is doing at that time. Really just waiting for the time to pass for whether the shift ends so that he or she can take her break, or the end of the day where he or she can go home and he's just there half-heartedly, just passing the time. The other opportunity for us is to show up as the third type of person, what I call the chef. So the chef can receive the same ingredients as the cook, the ingredients to make waffles or the ingredients to make pancake, but he or she is fully present, fully engaged, and creating an experience out of the ingredients that he or she has been offered. Having fun, trying this ingredient with that ingredient, trying this quantity versus that quantity, really experimenting with the ingredients of his or her life and showing presence and involvement and curiosity and fun and really bringing his or her juice into the experience instead of waiting for the experience to offer the juice of life to him or her. So we experimented throughout class as they all received the same ingredients in their posture practice in terms of where the feet are, where the arms are, where the body is supposed to be, and then it's up to each of them to juice the experience or themselves into those details so that they can show up to being the cook or the chef. So last night when I came home from class, it was about 8 something, and I was walking in and there's this wonderful smell of food greeting me. And I said, ooh, I smell, deliciousness and love. You must be cooking something great. I'm talking to my 16-year-old who was cooking dinner at that time. He said, no, I'm trying to make fried rice out of bad rice that didn't cook right. Anyway, I went to change out of my yoga clothes and came back out. And here's a 16-year-old boy. It's 8 something at night. He still has homework to do, but he's choosing to be at the stove cooking. But not only that, he starts singing at the top of his lungs while he's preparing fried rice and this beef and potato stew that he just whipped up, not following any recipe. And he's singing at the top of his lung, and I'm just in the moment with him, getting him some onions that he needed, helping him cut it up, and it was just wonderful. And I learned from a previous video that I shared with you, I didn't grab my camera or my phone to try and record the moment, which would have completely stopped him from singing. I just allow myself to be immersed in the fullness of his presence, the joy in what he was doing, in the juice that he was infusing into his life through the ingredients of his chefness. And so I offer that to you in your mindfulness moment practice today. We all receive the same ingredients in our life. We have our body, we have a mind, we have our breath, and we have the details of traffic, of work, of home life, social life, commitments, this and that. But how we choose to show up is the opportunity for our practice. What kind of juice are we going to infuse into our day's moments? Do we show up as the cook, just waiting for the time to pass, half-heartedly there? Or are we going to show up as the chef and we're going to create our lives from the ingredients that life serves us? So for today, let's juice it up. Thank you so much for watching, and namaste.